Rock and roll may live forever, but we only retire once. Kevin Lamour of Our Financial Plans and Quadris Investment Services offers a large range of financial solutions from some of the biggest leaders in the investment and insurance landscape of Canada. See how a solid financial plan built with friendly and professional advice can help. Find out more at ourfinancialplans.ca or give them a call at 705-949-1316. Hey folks, and welcome to another episode of the Lonesome Cowboy Podcast. And today I have a young lady coming to me from, I believe, Minton, Ontario, and she is of my people, as I like to say, over 55. And
yeah,
please,
just slightly.
Okay, yeah. I just turned 64 last month.
Oh, well, I 64 for me too.
And there you go, folks. That is Jodi Timgren. Hi, Jodi.
Hi.
So, how's things in Minton, Ontario?
Minden.
Minden. Sorry, I'm Minton.
Minden. Oh, it's okay. Minden in the beautiful Haliburton County.
Yes.
It's beautiful here today. Sunshine, gorgeous. A little bit of a breeze to get rid of those black flies. It's a gorgeous day out there.
Gotta love it. Jodi, where does this music thing all start for you? Take us to the beginning when Jodi says, "I want to play guitar and write songs."
Well, you know what? It's an interesting journey because I was actually adopted, and my parents were told to encourage music with me because there must have been some music in the background.
Interesting.
I've since found out that an uncle is Tommy Hunter, and way back on the family chart is also wonderful Stompin' Tom Connors. So,
Nice.
I guess there's a little bit in the gene pool.
You're related to those two guys?
Yeah.
No
So
kidding.
an uncle's Tommy Hunter, and then if you travel in through the family tree, Stompin' Tom is in there. So
Well,
it's kind of cool.
Here's the cool thing. I'm in Sault Ste. Marie, and you might recognize a friend of mine, Debbie Laurie Kay.
Ah.
Yeah. So I've and of course Donna and Leroy. Donna Ramsey's from Sault Ste. Marie also. So there's a connection to your uncle's show. How's that?
Oh, well, there you go. And it's funny because I used to watch it with my adopted grandmother. I used to watch his show, so
Nice.
that's cool. But
Yeah.
I always was singing. I know that because my dad used to buy me records. I used to sing along to the radio records, the cassette tapes that we made when I was younger. And I did take some piano, but I got in trouble because I wanted to play Elton John and not Allegro and G, so it just wasn't for me.
Gotta love it.
So a very dear friend of mine that I visited was playing around with a guitar, and she showed me how to tune the guitar without a tuner, just by using the strings.
Nice.
And this is it. This is what I want because it's portable. And I could go up to the barn. We had a farm at the time that we used like a cottage, and I used to go up to the barn and sing to myself or the animals or whatever, and make stuff up. But I really poetry was what I used to do when I was a kid. I never put the two together until later in life. And that's the one thing that I was excited about coming on your podcast for, was to really encourage folks that might be listening to, it's later in life. Pick up the instrument now. I'm going to be taking some piano lessons again. I've learned to play ukulele since,
Good.
Played guitar. Singing has always been part of my background.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And you tell me where you'd like me to move into from there.
Well, I guess now my next step is that was obviously in your teenage and pre-teenage years, and did it stick with you and all the way through adult life?
It did in its ebbs and flows in different places. I was a playground leader, so I used to take my guitar and sing kids songs to the kids, and then I became a nurse, a registered nurse, and I used to take it into the residents, and I used to play for the residents at our nursing home. Um, Actually got asked to sing at my boss's daughter's wedding,
Nice.
right after I got a job. Yeah, it was great, but I freaked out because I thought, "Oh, if I mess up the wedding, I might lose my job."
Oops.
Yeah, and then, I had a family and kids, and, it was hard to, have time, to do any music for quite some time
Sure.
until about, 1993, and I was working, at a women's shelter, and I heard this music down the hall. So, of course, I go, down the hall, and it's a song I know. So, the 2 gals were in the office, singing, and I started doing harmony from the hallway. So, of course, they invited me in,
Nice.
um, and, we transitioned from 3 of us to about 5 of us, gave ourselves a name. We were called Aridella, and we traveled around Ontario, at different women's events, international, Amnesty International events. Um, we got invited to the Peterborough Folk Festival. We also got to do, this was one of the highlights for me. Out of all of the musicians all over Ontario, that, could be invited, we were invited to the 25th anniversary of the first women's shelter in Toronto,
Oh, wow.
to sing and perform, at that event. There, of course, were other performers as well, but for them to find us, because we were up in Lindsay, Minden, Peterborough area, but they heard about us and invited us down. That was just so cool. And they put our picture in the paper for the Toronto in the Toronto
Mhm.
paper. So we thought that was pretty cool.
Well, there you go.
So I was with them from 93 till 2001.
Wow.
And then people sort of, moved on,
Yeah.
into different aspects of their life. And I was kind of musically dry for a while until I moved up here.
Hmm.
And I started writing songs again. Actually, well, I started writing poetry and decided I would put them into songs. It was what happened because everybody was doing it up here.
Mhm.
And I got invited out to an open mic and sang a couple songs. And the next thing you know, I was getting invited to, perform at different events and things that were happening up here, and kept on songwriting.
Good for you.
Uh, yeah.
That's awesome. That actually led me right into Aridella, and I was going to ask you to tell us about that, and guess what? You told us all about it.
Oh, I did.
And that's awesome. But here's a quick question for you. Did you record with that group, or were just a performance group?
We did go to one place to record, but
Mhm.
nothing formal. Like we just did it for fun. So yeah, unfortunately, we don't really have. I have a couple of tapes, but I'm not sure. I've never put them into anything. We just did it for fun. We did not, and did it, of course, to um, give messages to people. Like I remember going to the Older Women's Network in Peterborough once, and we sang a song called, "How Could Anyone Ever Tell You You're Anything Less Than Beautiful?" And
Mm,
it's a very melodic, song, and we were, 3 to 4 part harmony, mostly a cappella,
nice.
and half the audience just started bawling. Um, so that was what we wanted to do. We wanted to give messages to people,
Good
about
stuff.
strength, um, making sure that you, you know, accessed help if you were in an abusive situation, and accessed mental health supports if necessary, all those kind of things. That's what we were promoting. So
Awesome. I love
it's
it.
pretty cool.
See, your puppy can't stand it either. He came into the, or she came into
That's
the room.
that's my contractor's puppy.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, he was taken to me. Yes, that's Roxy. She's a real pet.
That's awesome. I love it.
She likes me.
Way to go. Well, you're welcome aboard there, Roxy. That's excellent. What kind of challenges, now that you've really made the big push later in life, what kind of challenges have you been finding with a musician that is later in life, and navigating? Have you had any?
I would say for me, because I was still working when I, sort of started it, it's finding the time to dedicate to it.
Yeah.
And of course, some people can, and while sometimes songs also come to me and they just come right out. And then other times you kind of have to massage the song a bit. The hook or the idea will come, but you have to sort of put yourself in sometimes a meditative state, or think about it until you really get the messages out in the order that they need to be for a song to be created.
Mm-hmm.
The one of the biggest challenges for me was really learning how to then write the musical portion. I mean, poetry came easy, which is basically what lyrics are.
Yeah, pretty much.
But writing the scores, and not really writing scores. I mean, it's, the 3 or 4, chords that you would play,
Yeah.
but learning the circle of fifths.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm.
So, my belief is I don't know it all, so I'm going to go and take a lot of classes, and that's what I did. I,
Good for you.
with Catherine Wheatley, Angie Nussey, who I know,
Yeah, Angie
had
was just on the show
with you. I took her songwriting course. I took Catherine's course. We have a new gal up here, Lizzie Clark. So I participated in a vocal and band kind of workshop with her. And I took songwriting via Zoom during COVID with David Francie. So, learning from the folks that really know what they're doing, that has been really helpful.
I highly recommend a guy. I just had a workshop. He came, played Sault, pardon me, he played Sault Ste. Marie. And he put on a workshop, and fantastic, James Gordon. And yeah, he's been doing it forever. And I've taken a couple of workshops, and his was very cool. I just like the way his style. So that might be somebody you want to look up. And
does he do it by Zoom?
He does, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome. I will look him up then, because again, it's just I've learned something different from everyone that I've crossed paths with. And crossing paths in music is so important. That's why I thought it was great that you asked me to do the podcast, because music, to me, the best part of music is when you're being collaborative and not just doing it on your own. Jamming with people, learning from people, creating music together, and then sharing those messages with people.
Yeah, that's one of the tenets of why I did this. I mean, I had a podcast before on a local online radio station, but didn't really do anything. But I interviewed all kinds of rock stars. I interviewed Chris DeBerg and Joe Satriani and Sylvia Tyson and
Neat.
Yeah, all kinds of them. So yeah, great Canadian artists that I got to interview and stuff like that. And then that ended, and I wanted to get back into it, and that was my big thing. I couldn't get any press. I couldn't get arrested. That would be the only way I get press, is if I got arrested. Yeah. And so I decided I'm going to make this podcast, and for folks like you and me.
Yeah.
And even Boreal. I mean, God, we're all DIY musicians. We're doing it on our own. So,
Yeah.
and I think we
Yeah.
all need some help. So, altruistic as it may be, but I also get to meet a lot of cool people too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is hard. I mean, I'm sure that you were going to ask, but moving on from, the Aridella thing,
Yeah,
I'm currently co-writing with Richard Jodri from Blue Peter.
heard of that
Um,
band before, Blue Peter. Why is it sticking in my head?
because they were a very popular Toronto band who made it on the charts. So you'll have to look them up.
I wonder if they come out of the old the days from back in whatchamacallit, the Yorkville days and stuff like that.
It was the 80s,
Oh, okay.
and right? And it was they were such a cool sound, like, they opened for the Police. Um,
Neat.
they yeah, they had, like, almost like a bit of a techno, but not.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I just remember dancing to some of their music back in the day
That's
and had
cool.
no idea that I would get to,
Yeah, and now you're songwriting with the with
with a
the
bass
guy
player.
with the bass player. Yeah, I gotta love it. That's
Um
awesome.
Yeah, so, he's incredible. His scores are incredible.
Mm,
And so that kinda helps me, as I had said earlier that, I had to learn how to songwrite. I just use simple chords, but I do pay attention to the circle of fifths. But I now I have someone else that's writing the music, and then he sends it to me, and I upload it into my program, and I listen to it from the perspective of how does it make me feel? Where does it take
ah,
my mind?
mm,
And then I write the lyrics and the lead line. I sing the lead and send it back to him, and then he plays more magic with it. And we bring in other artists and collaborate with them. We've had Jane Bennett and Larry Kramer on
good
our
for you.
CDs. More recently, we've had Tom Fitzgerald playing violin. Incredible. And a lot of our local folks, Rob Burson from the Salt Cellars has played guitar.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah, and, and we have one song that uh, the list is about this long of all the background singers because, Rick just brought them into the studio and said, "Sing."
Mm,
Um, yeah, and, Marlo, Alcock, who is, a beautiful singer, from
wow,
Toronto, as well, so we've been blessed, and Rick knows so many people, it's
gotta love it.
incredible.
That's great.
Yeah.
Your first album, Jody, came out in 2022, and you have a heck of a band backing you up on that thing. Um, I didn't have a chance to listen to everything, but there was one blues number there about halfway through the album. I can't remember, but it was just great
Oh,
shuffle,
the
and it was like,
Burt River Blues?
"That's it." Yeah, cool song. Now, tell me about, the making of that. I mean, you got some kick-ass musicians and stuff like that. That must have been a ball.
Well, I can
Or
tell
was it
you
during
that
COVID and you had to do it all remotely?
no, the musician, Rob Bursan, from the Salt Cellars, is the
Okay.
one that played guitar on that track, but our wonderful Richard Jodri can play everything else. So he's created, the rest of it.
No
Um,
kidding,
you
good
know,
for him.
yeah, so either through, playing, keyboard or of course, he always is adding his bass,
Uh-huh.
and, then, he uses some of the, things that a MIDI can do, with respect to adding other instrumentation and that kind of thing, and then if he really feels, like he brought in Rob for the guitar because he wanted that beautiful bluesy guitar,
Yeah, right.
that Rob has a great guitar, and plays phenomenally. So, yeah, so Rick does it all. He's my band.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, that's great. Outstanding. So was a lot of that done like piecemeal? You came in, you sang to a basic track, and then it was build from there, right?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I went up, he had approached me, way back when I had first, as I said, I went out to an open mic, and then I got asked to do, a couple of performances up here that were
Hmm.
more
Hmm.
formal and out there for the public
Sure.
where, they saw me, because they were performing as well, 'cause, Richard had been part of the Salt Cellars for a little while.
Hmm.
And Anne came up to me with a business card, his partner Anne, who does our harmonies, by the way, on our CD.
Cool.
And, she handed me the business card and said, "You really should come up and record with us."
Cool.
Um, and at that point, I'd only written 2 songs. So
I
I
love
said
it. I love what you've seen down there.
I said, "Okay, you gotta wait a little while." So not only did I
I
have
need
to
to
write
catch up.
not only did I need to write more songs, but I also needed to get the courage. 'Cause I thought, "What do I know?" I'm a simple guitarist, and I really I call my guitar my muse to sing and write music.
Ah,
I'm not a
very
great
good.
guitarist.
Same here.
Yeah, so I went up, when I finally had enough songs, I went up and, I just, played the songs, and Rick, recorded what I had done, and then just, I gave him, poetic license, if you may,
Yeah.
and said, "You're the expert, go for it." And I was totally blown away when I got to go up and listen to the songs. I was bawling,
Yeah.
um,
Good for you. It's
just
great when you have a connection that you trust someone that much. I had done my very early recording on that, and I look back on it now and I went, "That's not the way I wanted it to sound." And that's why that
Yeah,
one has gone the way of the dodo. I don't even
yeah,
pretend it existed.
exactly. Yeah, no, I'm so proud of that, album as one that was, my own. And I will be doing another one, but I think I'm gonna it'll be one song at a time, and then maybe I'll add it into an album. But Silva Musica, so that's the name of the group of Richard Jodrey and myself, in our creation of music. It keeps me busy. Rick loves to write, sends them to me on a regular basis. I think I got another 20 in queue right now.
Excellent.
Um, and we've already created 3 albums. So um,
Wow.
I'm extremely proud of that music.
Yeah.
Um, and pinch me because I still can't believe that yeah, getting to work with somebody so incredible. Like,
So you're wonderful at anticipating my next questions, and
oh,
so which I was going to ask you
I
about. Tell me
hey,
about Silva.
I've been I interviewed before, job interviews. I kinda
You know what's coming. I love it. It's a blast. So tell me about Silva Music. How was that just all part of the offshoot of your wonderful connections that you've made?
Yeah, and it just keeps growing. Like,
Good for you.
I'm sure you know that the music community up here is, incredible.
No
Uh,
kidding. Coming from a
uh
guy who doesn't have one.
oh, I'm so sorry. You need to move down here because it is a going concern, and we
Mhm.
actually, have another group of people that are trying to fundraise they already have the land, to do a proper, pavilion, for us
Really?
to do music because the stage and seating that we have right now isn't, sufficient enough to get we wanna get some better artists and stuff up here too, and of course, they want a decent income if they're gonna come up.
Mhm.
So, we want a performing arts, building where it can be everything, that we do up here, and,
Outstanding.
I think it's so cool. The
Yeah.
Silva Musica happened because, yeah, I put myself out there, and, they approached me. I finally went up and recorded, and, Rick had said that he was looking for somebody to create music with. And I thought, oh, that's great for you, And not too long after that, he fired an email with a score at me and said, see what you can do with it. I just about fell on the floor when I read the email. Like,
Yeah.
because he didn't tell me in person that it was me that maybe he was considering. So I was blown away.
Good.
And
Good.
he was so he was happy with it, obviously, because we're still working together. So
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah.
That's you know what, and I'm super happy for you, but I'm so jealous because look at the wonderful opportunities that you have got just from that great community that you live in. And boy, when you get north of Barrie, let me tell you, it gets north and west of Barrie, it gets
A
slim,
little slim?
a
Yeah.
little slim.
And
I mean,
and
we have lots of musicians here, but there's no sense of community.
oh,
And
yeah,
nobody writes, and if they write music, they don't put it out, and they're all quiet about it.
oh, see, and we're so lucky because it, you know, it was already pretty explosive here, but it's more and more so. We have so much music going on down here that you can't possibly make it to all of the events, and a
That's
lot of
awesome.
them are all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, it's just incredible. And of course, we also have our wonderful local radio station, Canoe Radio.
Oh, see?
Um,
There you go. And the
and
community radio, are they?
they are community radio and
See?
they
Yeah.
play our songs. So every half an hour, they play a local musician's song, and they also have a special Penny Mowbray does our locally sourced on Monday nights. So it's all local music, her show. And we also have another like hour plugs here and there where they just play local music for an hour. So I always say, nowhere else but in Halliburton would I get my songs on the radio. Like, and it's just so cool when you sit
Yeah.
there, turn on the radio, and you get to hear your song.
Yeah. And you see, that's the great part is that they are encouraging this original stuff. Like I said, we really don't have any music venues, and the two that we do have are giant theaters, so no one can afford to play there. And
Uh,
everything else is just a bar, a restaurant, or a brewery. And original music, yeah, okay, whatever. But they just want their crowd to be entertained. Uh, you know, and that's the sad
yeah.
part. Yeah. So they don't go
Yeah,
any.
it is.
Yeah.
And I that's one of the things that Penny for sure, from our locally sourced show, really promotes, and it does work. Those songs that are heard, if you listen to Canoe regularly, become part of what you know. And so
Hmm.
when you do go out to hear that performer sing, you can sing along because you've heard their songs on the radio. So they
See.
become like our 70s music,
I
right?
love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a deep one for you, Jody. When
Uh-oh.
it comes to songwriting, what makes you want to write a song? What is it that says, I am going to put pen to paper because I have to get this out of my head? What is it?
Uh, Mostly it's life experience.
Okay.
Um, Things that have happened to me or others, that I know are shared, um, feelings, from humanity.
Mhm.
So some of them are, sad, more melodic type songs. Some of them are political.
Mhm.
I like to talk about, um, I take a very liberal political stance in some of the lyrics that I write, and I'm very
Yeah.
lucky that, I mean, Rick is, in the same mindset, as are a lot of musicians, I think. And nature, because it's very important to me. Um,
Cool. Cool.
you know, caring about nature. And I think my next album, if or number of songs, I have some really funny songs. I love humor as well.
Cool.
So,
Yeah. That's awesome. I think I got to start
yeah.
listening to your stuff, Jody, more often. more often.
Well, I won't ever complain. So my own stuff right now is on, all of the platforms. You can listen to,
Yeah,
what I've produced so far. Silva Music is only on Bandcamp at the moment.
cool.
We're considering putting things on streaming services, but you know, both Richard and I are feeling, you don't get any money from it. It's what's happened in the music industry with regard to compensation for all the beautiful music that's out there.
It's awful.
It's awful. What's happened is awful.
Yeah, it's awful. And yeah, something's got to change. Uh, Tell me about the smooth operators.
Oh, so yeah,
I
so
saw that on your
um
Instagram. I went, "Ooh, what's that?"
oh, what's that? Okay, so I love singing with other people, and if somebody else is doing the instrumentation, I'm there. So what happened was after I did my album, Richard was doing somebody else's album, Bill Black, and Richard asked me to come up and do some backing vocals with Anne on Bill's CD. So I went up and did that. Another thing I was so cool, to get to do that on somebody else's album.
Yeah,
And when Bill was doing his release party, there was another gentleman that came along that was playing the piano, and his name is Dan. So Dan O'Neill was the one playing the piano. Well, he was playing piano, and he heard me sing, and we sort of had a little chat. And he said, "I'd love to do some stuff with you." And I said, "Well, that, no problem." And we didn't really have a name for each other. We were just out, sort of singing. And we have a local musician here who's a harmonica player, fabulous harmonica player.
cool.
Rich Anton. He would be a really cool person for you to interview.
Consider I'm a harp player too, so yeah,
Oh, he's phenomenal, and
I'll look him
he
up.
can just jump in and play harp with anybody.
Nice.
So that's what he did. We were playing at an event, and he just came up and started playing with us, and we said, "I think we should ask him to play with us." And then, Dan came up with a name, and we all went, "Yep, that's it." And so
Outstanding.
um yeah. So we're the smooth operators, whether all three of us are there or if it's just Dan and I, and sometimes it's just Rich and I. It's really just for fun, and
Whatever form.
whenever we whenever
Yeah.
we get a chance to play. So
So, when you perform, Jody, are you, because I mean, you have a full band, of course, on your recording from the album. Do you ever have a full band when you're playing live, or are you just a solo player or a trio or whatever?
yeah, just the trio.
Okay.
I've not ever done the full, well, that's not true. I did a full band thing once. I wrote another song called The Grand. And it's about our bar when I was back in, high school.
Mhm.
I also wrote, well, maybe you listened to Cruising on Kent. That was another one
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah.
Lindsay. So the Grand was what I wrote about the bar, and I have another group of friends that have a band down in Fenland Falls, Cobequid kind of area, and Lindsay, and they offered to back me up at a bar that was an open mic, and do my song with me. So that was really cool. If I could have a full band, oh, I would love it.
Wait a second. That's awesome. I gotta love it. Um, that's great. Now, have you ever thought about taking your music live farther afield, as they say, into other
It,
cities? I know where you are. You're like I said, that's the part that I'm jealous is about. You guys have places to play within 1 to 3 hours drive of you guys, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So have
I-
you ever thought about a little bit of touring or
oh, when I was younger and I used to sing in my brush. Oh yeah, I thought about touring. I always said that I wanted to be one of Tony Orlando's Dawn.
Oh, you want it to
That's
be a dawn.
I wanted to be a Dawn. Yeah, I remember. I just wanted to be a backup singer. That's
You ever
what if
seen
I
that
was ever.
documentary called 20 Feet from Stardom?
No, but I'll have to watch it.
It's all about the backup singers for famous artists and what they've done.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
See,
you'll love it.
I would have liked to have done that, but I just, I didn't really get encouraged to pursue music as far as a career was concerned.
Mhm.
So, that didn't happen. But as far afield now, yeah, unless I had a band, it would be kind of difficult because just doing the solo stuff, um, it's not as engaging as if you've got a big band behind you.
Yeah, of
And
course.
frankly, I'm not sure, as we're getting older, I'm not as physically capable, as I
There is
used to.
that. There is that. Yeah. Yeah.
And, I'll be completely honest, I'm considered disabled, and I think that for me, that's the other thing that's incredible about this community and what we have here, and I encourage other people to find that community of people in your community and get it started if you don't have it there. Because I have access to music on a regular basis. I'm also part of a ukulele group. And we get together every Thursday and we play. I have another group of friends that we play guitar and I go on Mondays to sing with them. And we have our open mics and we have, all kinds of stuff going on here where it doesn't matter about my ability and I can still participate and I can songwrite and put music out there without having to travel around. So if
That's the
music is
cool, yeah.
if music is your heartbeat, then find it in your community, whatever it is, find it somewhere.
Good stuff. That's, you know what? And I mean, that's the great thing when you have a music community like you have available to you is, yeah, no, I don't really have to go on the road. I can have a great music career and go from there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So you're sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
not making any money. I mean, I got $2.60 from SOCAN for my songs on the radio.
Whoa,
I
you'd probably think I was rich. I got $100 last year.
Ooh, you see, you're doing me, eh?
Very.
But I don't care. If I buy a coffee at Tim Hortons, I'm good.
Mm. Well, what we are trying to do, that's all part of the things we talk about on the show, is getting us paid properly because that's become a real challenge too, in that
It
respect.
is,
Yeah,
it is, and, I don't know how to stop the bus. I know that there's other artists, that have taken their music off of some of the platforms,
I did that.
and
Yeah.
just have it on Bandcamp or whatever, but again, the way that music is now, the kids are only streaming. So, and Bandcamp isn't a streaming service. So
No,
how do
it's
you
not.
get if you don't stream it, you don't you don't get money, but then you don't get opportunity for people to hear it because sadly, kids aren't listening to radio either for the most part.
And the interesting part is you can only stream it. The default is 3 times.
On
So
on Bandcamp,
on
yeah.
Bandcamp, yeah, there's a new service, and I talk about it because it's a cooperative, and I'm part owner there. It's called
Okay.
Subvert.
Subvert?
Vert. Yeah, just look up Subvert World, and it's not a streaming platform, it is a way to sell your music, like
Okay.
purchase CDs or digital. Oh, well, the CDs they haven't got to yet, but it's mostly digital based, but they're slowly but surely, but it's 100% cooperative, and you get to make decisions with them and the whole deal. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's something to think about. There is change in the works in that respect. Jody,
Mhm.
what do you got on the works? What's going on? You got another album coming soon? What's happening?
Well, the very last, track on our Secrets album, so this is Silva Musica's Secrets album. Our last track is coming out on Monday,
Cool.
and, I'm really excited to, release that track. And I release it on Bandcamp and then onto my Facebook pages and stuff like that. It's epic. Tom Fitzgerald again has played amazing violin on it. It's just a beautiful song. Um, so that's kind of the end of that for now. But we haven't really let it out there yet, but I'll let it out with you.
Uh-oh. Here we go,
We
an
are going to
exclusive.
be doing we're Silver Music is going to be doing a best of album. So taking all of the, looking at all of our songs and actually creating a CD. And that's where I kind of hinted at earlier. We're considering where we might want to stream some of it so that at least some folks can have a listen to it. Um, and again, it's more about just getting the music out there. It's going to cost us more than probably we'll ever get back. But if you write a song, you want people to hear it, right?
You got it. Jodi, tell folks where they can find you on the World Wide Web and your music and stuff like that.
Well, most of my stuff is on Facebook, Jodi Timgren Music. I'm also on Instagram, Jodi Timgren Music. We do have a Facebook site for the smooth operators, just so that if there are local people that are wanting to find out where we're playing, they can. So far, Silva Musica hasn't done anything formal. Most of the stuff from us is on my site, but I may be creating something specific for Silva Musica soon. My daughter's still working on my website.
Cool,
So
cool.
hopefully it will be out soon as well. But
Good
that's
stuff.
primarily where our stuff, and both my music are on Bandcamp for sale.
Yeah,
Silva Musica and my old.
good stuff.
So
Jodi Timgren, thank you so much for coming on the program. It was a joy talking to you. Thank you.
well, thank you very much, Brian. I think what you're doing is incredible, and
Thank you.
yeah, like we just got to find ways to get some income for our music, right?
That's it, man. We got to help each
Yeah,
other out here and there.
for
All right.
sure.